Welcome back to Whispers in the Dark, the place where real-life nightmares, urban legends, and unexplained encounters come alive. Tonight's story is a chilling reminder that the most dangerous predators don't always lurk in the shadows. Sometimes they come right to your front door, smiling and bearing gifts. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss our next terrifying tale. It all happened about 10 years ago, back in 2011. I was 16, living with my parents in a quiet, sprawling suburb just outside of Olympia, Washington. One of those neighborhoods where every house looks vaguely the same, and the quiet is almost too perfect. My parents both worked long hours, so from 3:30 until 6:30, I was almost always home alone. One Tuesday afternoon, the doorbell rang. I wasn't expecting anyone. I looked through the peephole and saw a guy in his early 20s. He had that "I'm so over this" vibe, wearing a faded brown polo shirt, thick-rimmed glasses, and a small cluster of silver earrings in one ear. He was holding a large pizza box from a place I'd never heard of, Pioneer Pizza. I opened the door and he asked if this was the Miller residence. I told him no. He let out this long, dramatic sigh, pulled out his phone, and visibly argued with his boss. I could hear a muffled, angry voice on the other end. After a minute, he hung up, pinching the bridge of his nose. "Look," he said, "my boss is telling me to just bring it back. But it's a 16-inch pepperoni and they're just gonna throw it out. I don't know. Do you just want it? It's paid for." Being a 16-year-old, my brain registered only two words: free pizza. I said, "Sure, thanks." He handed it over, gave a half-hearted wave, and left. I didn't think twice about it. About a month later, it happened again. Same guy, same faded brown shirt, same Pioneer Pizza box. "You're not gonna believe this," he said. "They did it again. Same wrong address." He went through the whole performance, the phone call, the frustrated sigh, and once again, I, the naive 16-year-old, just thought, wow, free pizza, again. He perfectly acted the part of the reluctant, annoyed delivery guy. It seems so obvious now, a glaring, flashing red light, but at the time, I just felt lucky. The third time, a few weeks later, he showed up and it was raining. After the phone call, he handed me the pizza and said, "Hey, mind if I just sit on the porch step for a minute? My boss is chewing me out over text." And I said yes. We sat there on the front porch, eating pizza together, and I realized he was actually kind of cool. He was handsome in a quiet, nerdy way, and he asked me about school, about the music I liked. He listened. I wasn't just getting free food anymore. I was getting attention from an older, interesting guy. I felt special. The fourth time, he came right into the house. It was a cold day in November. He did his routine, and I just invited him in. "You can wait inside," I said. My little brother, Ben, was home from school too. The three of us sat at the kitchen table, eating pizza and laughing. He was so normal, so disarming. He made Ben laugh. It felt like having a cool older cousin over, and so it went on throughout that entire year. The intervals were sporadic. Sometimes it was a week, sometimes a month would go by. He always showed up like clockwork when my parents were at work and I was just home from school. Looking back, the signs were all there, screaming at me. The car he drove, I realized, was a generic white sedan with a magnetic Pioneer Pizza sign on the door, but no phone number, no address. And then there were the secret moments. Before he'd leave, he'd smile and say, "This is just our thing, right, Chloe? Cool friends. No need to bother your parents about it." And I'd nod, feeling a little thrill of having a secret, a friend my parents didn't know about. And then, just as suddenly as he had appeared, he stopped coming. A month passed, then two. I remember feeling genuinely disappointed. I actually missed him. I figured sadly that whoever was ordering all those pizzas had finally learned to give the correct address. Life went on. 6 more months passed. I was 17 now. The pizza guy had faded into a weird, distant memory. Then, one night, my mother came home from her job at the local hospital. She was pale, visibly shaken. We were all at the dinner table, and she was quiet for a long time. "Something terrible is happening in town," she said. My dad looked up. "What do you mean?" "They brought another one into the ER tonight," she said, her voice low. "It's the 8th one in the last year. It's that pizza thief they've been warning about." I felt a strange, cold prickle. "Pizza thief?" My mother nodded. "He pretends to deliver a pizza to the wrong address. He gives it to them anyway, but one of the ingredients, it's a sedative, a powerful one. He waits, and then he comes back, sometimes with accomplices, and enters the house." My fork clattered onto my plate. My dad asked what happened to the victims. "Most of them just woke up in their beds," my mom said, her voice trembling. "Their houses completely cleaned out, but the last 3, 6, 7, and 8, they woke up with injuries, cuts, bruises. The one tonight, they found her posed like a doll at her kitchen table." I couldn't speak. My blood felt like ice. "They finally caught him," my mom said. "One of the neighbors got his license plate." "What did he look like?" I whispered. My mother looked at me, her eyes full of a strange pity. "He's just a young man, in his 20s, wears glasses, has a bunch of earrings in one ear, and was wearing a faded brown polo shirt." I couldn't breathe. I realized in that one horrifying instant what had been happening. He wasn't just a thief, he was a predator, and I had invited him in. I had sat at my kitchen table with him. I had introduced him to my little brother. But then, the most terrifying realization of all washed over me. Why hadn't I been drugged? Why wasn't I victim number 1, 2, or 3? And the answer was, because he ate the pizza. He sat right there with me, eating from the same box, slice for slice. He was proving it was safe. He was earning my trust. The others, the 8 victims, they were just robberies. They were practice. He spent a year on me, a whole year of careful, patient grooming. The others were targets of opportunity. I was the main project. I wasn't just another house to rob. He was just getting started. He hadn't just stopped coming. He was arrested, and I am so thankful for that, because I know with a certainty that haunts me to this day, I have no idea what he had planned for me, or when he would have finally decided to deliver a pizza that he didn't share. And that's where our chilling story of the Pioneer Pizza Man concludes, a terrifying reminder that the most dangerous predators are often the ones who come to your door, not with a weapon, but with a smile, a kind word, and a gift. What was his ultimate plan, and how many others out there use patience and trust as their weapon? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. If this story made you double-check your locks, please show your support by hitting that like button to make sure you never miss another whisper from the dark. Subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell. And if you know someone who might appreciate a chilling reminder to be careful who you let in, share this story with them. Until next time, stay safe and be wary of free gifts from strangers.